I'm not gonna lie, bro. I just saw this movie right now. This movie is like this is one of those movies that you gotta watch. One of those 30-minute explained after the movies. I'm not gonna lie. This is one of those movies, bro, where you gotta watch like a 30-minute explained for what happened. I'm not gonna lie. Um, like it okay, this movie did. If you haven't seen the movie and if you want to watch the movie, click off the video or scroll, please, because I'm gonna talk about the movie. I am. If you have seen the movie, then welcome. I guess this is the Backrooms, explained by me, Raph. Honestly, bro, I ain't gonna lie. This movie was good. This was a good movie. This movie when the trailers were dropping, I was telling my friends, I was like, bro, have y'all seen the trailer? Have y'all seen it? Like, I want to go see this movie. This movie looks good. I think A24 is gonna do a good job of. I thought that this movie was gonna be good, like expounded upon, and that it was. I'm not gonna lie, this movie was really expounded upon from the beginning when you see the therapist and her mom, and it's weird with the fingers, and like that's her last memory, I think, of the mom, and it's just like throughout the whole movie she's a therapist helping people, but then you realize that she's still suffering through her own things with the mom. It's like the mom was clearly ill mentally. You can tell when she was in the scene sitting in the corner of the mental hospital. She was sitting in the mental hospital, and the mom was looking at her like this, and it just keeps going. Like, everything in this movie was so unsettling. Like, this whole movie just made me feel like I was just so unsettled, bro. I was like, this is not this is not I don't know. I felt weird, bro. Like, they did a great job of making you feel the entire time that something is not right. Even with the norm, even in the real world, something's not right, bro. Like, besides that, we get to meet Clark. That's who this is. We get to meet Clark, and he is a guy who works at a furniture store, Captain Hooks or whatever the place called, Captain Furniture, Ottoman Empire. He sells furniture. He's the captain of the ship, whatever, right? He goes to therapy. This is his therapist. Kate. I think that was her name, right? Mary. I'm sorry, Mary. Mary was the name of the therapist. He's going to Mary because his wife left him in the house that he's paying for, and he thinks that's unfair. She is going to law school. She's doing all this, and he's just saying, "Hey, who's supporting you when you're doing all that? That's unfair." They're playing role play in the therapy, right? And he's getting upset because he's like he has feelings. Like, he's like, "Oh, blah 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 blah. Who's taking care of you while you were out playing you're out playing college freshman when you're 30 years old? I am." And she brought up a good point. This is where the trauma comes in. Someone just opened my door. Hold on. Someone just opened my door. Okay, I'm back. That was Drew and Lean. Okay. My bad. Where was I? Okay, so he is basically in therapy, and she brought up a good point. She was like, "You're mad at me, but it's not my fault that you're not an architect." And he immediately lashed out. "I am an architect. I am. I am an architect." Like, and then that was a normal reaction because he, in a way, feels like I can't become an architect because I have to take care of you. When in reality, which is stated later in the movie, you're not trying hard enough to be an architect, so you're blaming me for your failures, which is a great turn. At the end of the movie, she breaks down his psyche perfectly, and I think as a person who is interested in mental health and a way of being a therapist and being a psychiatrist, I feel like this was perfect because you can tell the whole movie he is obsessed with this thing, because I feel like in a way this is the thing that he can control. He can control looking through the back rooms. He can control the his two employees to kind of force them to go with him. He can control what is going on down there when he is writing on the walls and hiding from the person, or from it look like being friends with the bigger version of himself. I don't know. It's like he said, he feels like when he was down there, he was finally in control, you know? And she was like, just stay. But I'm getting way too far ahead. We keep going, and he's sleeping in the place because he doesn't have, you know, and he's out his own house. And the lights are flickering, and then he's watching TV, and then the TV goes to the back rooms of like a quick 10-second little thing of the back rooms. And he's just like, what? And then it turns off, power turns off, but then he looks downstairs and the lights are on. So he's like, man, what's happening? Like, you know, he goes downstairs, turns the whole thing off. He's finna walk back upstairs, but then he looks at the wall, quick glance, you know, how something catches your attention, and he looks, and like the wall is like weird looking. Like, it's like, what? You know, and he's looking at the wall, he's doing all this, and he's just like, oh, okay. Like, that looks weird. I'm gonna go check it out. So he's checking everything out. He's looking, puts his face up to the wall and falls through, enters the back rooms. That's where this scene is. This little frame, I'm not gonna play, I don't wanna ruin it for anybody, but this initial picture is when he first goes in the back room. He looks up, and it's a whole bunch of furniture. Like, it's a whole bunch of like furniture that somebody tried to make if they didn't know what furniture was, and you asked them to make it. If you saw the movie, you know what reference I'm talking about. Shout out. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's crazy, low-key. Like how that came full circle. It's like he's looking at things that are something, but if you ask somebody to make them who didn't know what it was, you know, then you would get that. It's weird. And so he's going throughout the whole place. He's looking. And then he finds like these weird things. It's like this thing that kind of, at first I thought it was like Jesus. But I was like, okay, maybe not. It's like this dude, and it has like a whole bunch of sounds. It's playing a whole bunch of sounds, saying like different languages, saying something. He's looking through the places. He's like, well, what is this? He's amazed. He's fascinated. He's like, what am I looking at? He finds a little thing he crawls through, right? And then he hears footsteps. He hears something big. Throughout the whole time, you can kind of hear footsteps. You can kind of hear things like that. But it's just it's uneasy. It's unsettling. You're uncomfortable. The whole time he's in there, nothing's really happening, but it's the feeling of like we're not supposed to be here. Even when he's checking the whole place out, I'm in the theaters like, bro, if that was me, I'm running right back through that wall and be like, no. So fast forward, he crawls through this little air duct thing, goes to another part of the room. He looks, and this is like this little hole with a whole bunch of chairs in it that aren't really chairs, but once again, the thing doesn't know what chairs are, so it's using what it thinks it is. I don't know. He basically hears something, and he looks, and he's like, hello? He's talking out loud. And the whole time he's like, hello? Oh, super loud. And I'm just like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, calm down. He's a great actor. He played this character perfectly. And he's in this thing, and then he goes and hears, like, the little entity thing breaks the little, I'm gonna say the Jesus sculpture. It wasn't. It was like this. I don't know. He breaks the thing that was playing all these different languages, and Clark, takes off running, and he's trying to hurry up, go through this little doorknob. He's climbing up this thing. Of course, it's a horror movie, so he's falling, looking back, you know, like, and then the thing doesn't come. It doesn't. Well, the thing doesn't chase him. It doesn't, you know, portray. It doesn't chase after him, right? But you're uneasy. You thinking, oh, something's gonna happen. Then he finds his way back to the door. He goes back to the place he entered from. At first he's losing the door. He's like, oh no, and then we're like, oh crap, he might be stuck. And then he finds it. He goes out. We're good. Whew, and then he runs back in and grabs a chair. For what we like, I don't know. And then he just sits down. He grabs a chair, goes back to the real world, sits down. He just looks at it. Next thing you know, he meets up with the therapist again, you know, couple scenes later, meets up with the therapist, and he tells her what he saw. He's like, yeah, I've been in there a couple times. I've drawn whatever. And she's looking at him like anybody else would. And she's like, what are you talking about? Are you okay? And he's just like, you know what, you don't believe me? Bet, I'll be back and you owe me an apology. So what does he do? He goes, grabs his Catherine and other dude, Max. He goes, grab these people. Hold on. Where they at? He goes, grabs Kat and Bobby. I think that's his name. Yeah, he goes grab them two. He goes to grab them two. And like I said, he is in control of this. He's finally feels like he's in control of something. Breaking down the psyche, right? He goes and forces them to comply. He just like, follow me. Just follow me. Just follow me. Just follow me. Come on. You know, just follow you, right? Basically. He goes in. He goes to the wall. The other two, Catherine and Bobby, are shot. Oh my gosh, how'd you go through the wall? Blah, blah. He's like, just follow me. They go through, they're shot, they're super shot. And this is where I'm finna break down the movie, bro, low key. Because this movie it's a horror movie. I know it's supposed to be dumb, but let's just keep it a buck, band, 50. Okay? They're running through this thing with the camera, of course. They're filming it, you know, this film was based in 1990, okay? So they got the old VHS type camera, you know what I'm saying? They got the camera. Oh, I forgot something. When he was in there the first time, you know, when he walked in the first time, and this scene when he's walking through, he finds a duffel bag with some research guy. In the beginning of the movie, there's a dude in there who has research, and he's running through in like a orange little has a yellow hazmat suit or something like that. And he goes to this thing. He's like, hey, I need help. I've never been this far down. Help me. And he ends up right, and we find out that when he's in there looking, he opens up a little latch, and the duffel bag was that dude's. So then the whole time you're like, oh, this is a research department. There are people actually going down there hazmat suits. What is this, right? Fast forward to what I was talking about again. This guy goes in and basically forces his employees to search his whole place. Then there's like a steep little thing, right? Like basically this whole time you're seeing the back rooms. It's just huge. It's massive. It's just like, wow, like what, you know, like this thing keeps going and going. And the whole time I'm just like, whoa, like this place is huge. So then it gets to a point where he's tying the rope on the bed. And he's like, hey, you're going to go down there with the camera. You're going to record down there, this little area. He's like, all right. And then his girlfriend, Catherine's like, why does he have to go? And he's like, he has a camera. Basically, like, you got to go. He's kind of forcing them to do things without saying you have to do them, without saying you better do it. You know, and Bobby's like, yeah, it's cool. So whatever. He goes down this thing, horror movie. Of course, he falls. Oh no, hey, hold me up, you know, all the extra stuff, right? He gets down to this little thing, and it's a whole bunch of like laundry, whole bunch of clothes. And he said it smells terrible down here. It's like, it's weird looking, right? And then in one of the piles of clothes, you can see the thing that when he was down there earlier. Remember, I said there was like this Jesus looking thing where it was playing sounds, different languages. The thing that was the entity down there broke it. When the dude is down there, the entity thing that the thing that he broke is down there in pieces, and the camera's on it for a little bit. The Bobby dude wasn't there when he was there, but the Bobby dude, like, of course we know that, we saw it. So the camera focuses in on, we're like, oh crap, that's the thing, and the light flickers. He goes right here, and then he's looking at it. Light flickers again. It's that entity thing. All you see is like the shadow. You don't see a face to the end. It's like a shadow. And then he's, help me up, get up. Pop, pop. He's like, oh my gosh, like, is he gonna make it up there? Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna go? And then they make it up there. Of course, on some idiotic type motion, the dude goes like, he's like, oh, hold on. He's hiding, he's on the wall like this. He's like, oh, hold on. Hurry up and get this knot off me. The thing pulls the knot, pulling him down the stairs, pulling him down that steep thing. And like I said, it's connected to the bed. He's pulling him down thing. They're like, come on, I'm gonna pull you up. He pulls bro down the steps. Catherine and Clark are like, oh my gosh, like, oh, like, hey, can you hear me? We're gonna try to pull you up. The camera's on the bed. He's pulling the thing so much, and he's pulling him that it pulls the bed, and it knocks them, Catherine and Clark, into the little steep hole room thing. And so when they fall down, the camera plops over. And then you can see Bobby getting like dragged. He's dead. Clear as day, dead. Blood on the floor. He gets drugged into like this little sideways door, and Catherine's like, Bobby, Bobby. She goes and chases him, tries to go to the door, and then runs to the left for like, bro, when she did that, I was like, where are you? Like, in my mind, bro, I know it's a horror movie, right? I know it's a horror movie, but in my mind, bro, where are you going? Where are you going? Like, you don't know where you are, so you just take off. Like, bro, that I was so like, it's always one person, and she was wearing flip flops. Like, what are you gonna do in flip flops, yo? So he's down there alone because she runs away trying to go find Bob. You're not gonna find him. Like, you don't know where you are. Like, but anyway, he's down there alone. He grabs the camera. He hears the thing trying to come back, and he goes to the right, runs behind some things, goes to the left. You know, he's run to the thing. He finds a door, and I guess it's the Christmas tree room. I've never seen that in the Backrooms. I've never, like, of course I know the Backrooms was like, you know, games and YouTube things in the past. I've never seen that, so I don't know. Of course, I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. I know that's like a thing. Oh, he ran the Christmas tree room. He's done. Like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what the Christmas tree room is. I'm gonna have to look it up later. But he goes in there. This little lady is like chasing him. She had like 5 different faces. It was weird. She's chasing him. Blah blah blah. And then he goes into this room. He's like I said, he's running through the place, run to the back room, trying to find this place. And then he's in there, and then Catherine's like, Clark. Imagine you're looking at a brick wall, right? Imagine you're Clark. He's like in this pool area, and it's like a brick wall. But on Catherine's other side, she can see him through like glass. She can see him, but he can't see her. But you can hear him, Clark, look, it's me. And he's like, I can't see you. And then she's just like, what do you mean? He's like, hey, is there a door on your side? Can you open it for me? All of a sudden, the camera gets picked up and starts recording him. And she's like, Clark, turn around. He didn't die. I know what y'all thinking. He didn't die. But the camera just shuts off. So then we go back to her. She had another episode or dream about her mom. For some reason, the mom is important here. I think the mom, in my mind, is important to her psyche because she is kind of still not healing from it. I don't know. There has to be a second movie because that needs to be explained in more detail, right? So then she has a dream about her mom. She gets a call from Clark somehow. And then it's just like, he's like, I've opened the window. Oh, this is funny. She is like trying to open up a window, and her mom's like, Mary, I didn't say you could go outside. They're everywhere. They're gonna get you. Like, whatever. I don't know what. She's mentally ill, literally. And then she said, don't open the window. Because she tried to open the window going outside. And I guess Clark somehow called her and was like, he left a message and was like, Mary, I've opened the window. I'm never coming back. She then drove to the furniture store, found the place, went to the basement, found the whole place, and is like shocked at first. She goes through, of course, puts her hand through. She's running through the back rooms, going to the bathroom, trying to find Clark. Then she finds this little room, and it's like, I didn't approve of these floor plans. If whoever agreed to it, it wasn't me. It's like some weird cryptic stuff. And then she turns around, and at first I thought it was an entity. He was there. He was at the wall, and you know how you can see somebody at the wall looking, and then, but you know who it is. And she's like, Clark, and he was like, you're making too much noise, blah 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 blah. Basically, then they were talking. Then the thing came back. It's footsteps. He ended up choking her out. Putting her in his house, in the back room. Just like, she's tied to a chair. He's talking to her, and he's just like, bro. Honestly, I'm not even gonna explain this part because that part was super, 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 super weird. Super weird, bro. I don't even like y'all. When after he kidnapped her, basically not even kidnapped. After he did that, y'all gotta watch that for yourselves because that was a weird, that was weird. But basically, he wants to do the role play thing again with her. He's like, we're gonna do the role play thing again. He remember that girl that I was saying in the Christmas tree room with the 5 faces? She was there in like the corner of his house. He cuts off her hair and puts her red hair on Mary because we see a picture of his wife, and his wife had red hair. So we then are playing. They're playing role play. They're doing the same dialogue from earlier, but she's actually scared this time because he is losing his mind. She then breaks off and goes into a whole like, oh my gosh, Clark, you want to blame everybody else, but it's really you. You are the problem. You are the problem in your own life. You can't blame it. Basically breaking down her psyche. And he looks and he's like, why do I always do that? And she was like, basically, I don't know, and I can't help you. You got to help yourself, because this is something, honestly, like, you can't accept help if you don't want to be helped, honestly. So he then lets her go, unties one of the knots. Well, first, he's untying one of the knots. The girl with the 5 faces just runs to the corner of the room and it's like this. Literally, facing the corner of the room, screaming. And then the footstep happened, and then we see the face of the thing. I'm not going to show, because this why. Then we see the face of the thing. I ain't going to say this, though. It's his face. It's him. It's I can't explain it. I don't know. They did not go into details, but it's him. It's his face as like a 7-10 foot monster with a pirate leg. Like, it's like the actual store mascot, but it's him. And when they see the face, he was like, hey, this is Mary. And he's talking to her like they know each other. And I'm just like, what? And then he's like, she was just leaving, you know? And then the thing picks him up and bites his neck off. I'm like, she ends up getting out, running to the back rooms. He's chasing her. And then she thought she was scot-free, running back up the steps of what she thought was the real world warehouse. The back room somehow copied and pasted the store inside the back rooms. And she's trying to go out the door. But this part was freaky. She's trying to go out the door. She can't. She then looks around. The thing is just at the stairs, like, looking at her. And he, hobbling. She got this one thing. She's moving all around, pissing me off, by the way. The whole time she's running, she's over here fumbling, talking about some. And I ain't gonna lie. No lie. When she was breaking down his psyche, I didn't feel no passion, bro. I didn't believe that. She was like, gosh dang it, Clark. It's your fault. I was like, bro, like, I don't feel that. He was a great actor. I could seriously believe that he was going crazy. She just was reading lines. I was like, no, like, I was not impressed by her acting. I really wasn't. But she made me so mad. She running through the whole place with the thing, like, bro, it was literally horror movie type stuff. She's falling, and then one time when she was in the back room, she was running through some couches, falls, hurt her ankle. I was like, bro, like, come on, you lock in. But basically, she then somehow, some way, there's like liquid gas, like sleeping gas set up all over the place, which is set up because they're trying to put that thing, they're trying to catch it. The research people are trying to catch it. Remember that I told y'all, the dude with the duffel bag, the duff bag he found, the dude in the beginning of the movie, he's a part of like some research team. So she's on the floor sleeping, almost going to bed. First off, she knocks the thing over, then the sleeping gas hits her in the face. She broke the entity, she broke its pirate leg, so he's crawling on the floor now. She's then on the floor, sleeping gas is hitting her. She's like, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm so tired. Then she goes, looks up. The thing's over her body, like, and then for some reason she had her mom's rock in her pocket, and she's blah blah blah, hitting the thing in the face. She gets away, and then she's like crawling through the thing. But then we get a good look at the thing, and he's like trying to reach her, and then for some reason she's looking at the thing like, oh my gosh, like, I kind of like, I understand you, like, you're lost and I'm lost. Like, no, that thing's trying to kill you, bro. Like, run. And then she's going, this scene, where this picture is, that's when she was, before this happened, she's looking through the thing like, she's looking at the thing like, oh my gosh, I understand you. Like, I think if we touch hands, we'll become one. No, he wants to eat you. He bit off his own neck. So, like, what do you think he gonna do to you? She's then on the wall trying to get through this narrow space and then come back to it. 4 dudes in hazmat suits. One dude starts spraying her with laughing gas, and she's falling. She's like, dazed. Dudes are like, where'd she come from? They then open this door. I guess it's another entrance to the back rooms or whatever, but it's like a research institute, and it's a whole bunch of like doctors, and they just looking at her. And then she, I guess, showered, whatever, and then she's walking through the hallways of this thing. She then looks in one of the rooms. They caught the thing. They actually caught it now. It's laying down in the thing, and the doctor's like, just keep walking, keep walking. She then meets Phil. Phil. We see Phil throughout the movie. He is watching the back rooms on like some TV. He's watching it in a room. When he first went in there, he was on camera. They have cameras set up all over the place. He was on camera. And then we then see, I think like 10 minutes later in the movie, like they're rewatching it, and it's Phil, the doctor. He's like, how are y'all getting that? Like, how is he down there? You know what I'm saying? So then Phil meets up with Mary. Like, she's in the doctor's room. He's like, hi, my name's Phil. And you're married? Like, it was weird. It was like, okay. Like, he's talking to her. He's like, how'd you get in? She's like, I got into the basement of a store. He's like, okay. Is this the store? Yep. And he was like, blah, blah, what are you doing there? I was looking for somebody. Were you looking for this man? It was him. Looking at like you couldn't see the photo clearly. You could not see the photo clearly. But it was him like kind of looking at the camera. And I guess he was with the entity, but the entity was like blacked out in the photo. But like they're like chilling together. But he's like looking up. It was weird. And then she's basically asking like, where am I? What are you doing? And he's like, basically Phil says, yeah, we're studying the back rooms because it's like nothing I've ever seen before. It's nothing like I've ever seen. You like, we're trying to stop this thing. And I don't know how, basically. That's really it. And she asks, are you going to kill me? Like, and he was like, that decision's not to me. And the dude's basically like, come on, Mary, we just have a conversation. Basically, he wants information. So I think they're going to get information out of Mary. In her mind, she thinks they're going to get information out of me and then kill me. She just stops talking. She don't really say anything, but the dude's talking and it fades out. And then we go back to the back rooms. And the back rooms, like I said, remember earlier, it remembers things. It copied Mary's home being destroyed, her bedroom, her office building, her office room, and then it copied her. And it's her in a chair sitting in a corner of a room with like 4 different faces. And that's the end of the movie. This movie was weird. This movie, like, it was just unsettling. They did a great job making you feel like you are a part of the movie. It made you feel like, yo, something is not right. Even in the real world, like even when they were outside the back room, it was like something is not right. They did a great job of that. I would give this movie 4 stars out of 5. It was really good. The only reason I'm not giving it 5 out of 5 is because I was just mad at some parts of the movie when Mary was just, look, I understand it's a horror movie. You're going to have to run away from things and you're going to have to make it obvious. But, bro, she is the most unathletic being in the universe, bro. She is the most unathletic person to be born. It was, like, so, like, I can understand if you, like, get caught in the corner, you're like, oh, crap. But, no, bro, she was, like, literally, like, imagine, bro, if you go tell somebody who's never, like, seen a basketball in their life or ran or did nothing and say, hey, let's go play sport. Let's go play a sport. Let's play soccer. Like, they would be terrible. She was, like, so unathletic, bro, and that just made me mad. And I get it. It's a horror movie. Oh, bro, come on. It's supposed to, tension. But, bro, no, bro. Screw the tension. She need to get up out of there. But it was a great movie. I would recommend going to go see it. And we can have conversations about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my review on the Backrooms. Yeah, that's my review on the Backrooms, bro. I ain't really nothing really else to say for real. It's crazy. It was crazy. I don't